George Buckley, actually, on the stage and all that stuff and business.
So here we are.
Here we are, CD commentary. Take 2.
But yeah, just to point out, you have chosen to listen to this CD commentary where we attempt to explain some of the nuggets of interest that take place during this live recording. So if you wanted the CD, this is not it. I suggest you go back to the pack.
Like, it's like a freestyle rap gig. It's not. It's like us singing a minute and we're chatting now.
Yeah.
But we don't chat like this during the gig.
No, you could do that. It'd be rather avant-garde for us.
So where is this then? Biscuits. Copenhagen. So it's under discussion as to whether or not this is the gig with the massive reverse from John the Driver, but there's definitely we did a lot of reversing in the Big White Lorry, didn't we? But you know, me and Guy were in the back playing Modern Warfare and we've just been going backwards forever. Like, dude, what's going on? We're like going backwards.
Here we are. So you can tell this is the first half of the tour because Finn doesn't sound like Tom Waits.
Yeah, I sound quite fresh faced, don't I? Actually, I think the beard wasn't in the way of the voice of the stage.
I feel that choosing Biscuits as a gig opener is always a really good idea. It's a very old tune from our first record, and I think it's a very sturdy intro for the sound guy to figure out what he's doing.
It is, yeah, because all the instruments come in individually, and we can get our eye in as well, and I like it as well because we know it backwards now, this song, and
true.
By the end, which you'll hear, where we kind of kick in and get a bit more angry, it's also quite a nice introduction to the embryonic rockness of the gig, which will develop.
Don't worry, Tim will wear himself out halfway through this commentary with the long words.
He is a writer, we should warn you.
What? So I use words like embryonic.
Embryonic will be cropping up.
Yes, it's definitely a paradigm we've been exploring. Now, also, like, one of the reasons, apart from setting the tone, it sets some nice chilling. You know, we're not coming out with our like. Here we are coming over a hill over a monster track. It's just a chilled, everyone's getting chilled. And also it's one of the first tracks we did together as well.
Yeah,
genuinely.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of nice to... I mean, it's like a day job ballad.
Yeah.
And like... Yeah, like recording it was wicked.
Yeah.
I mean, did we record it in Hamsters? No,
we recorded it in here.
In here, right? Yeah.
This was the song where I recorded the drums wearing a pair of headphones where the lead wasn't long enough, and it stretched across the room, literally and I had to have my head slightly forward over the top, over the bass drum, recording it.
We really had our stitched together.
We did, yeah.
From the outset.
This is it's also nice because we haven't played Copenhagen before.
True, yes.
And there's quite a few gigs on this little tour where we hadn't played before, like Copenhagen and Barcelona.
Yeah.
And Biscuits. So people who've been sort of listening to Fink since the Biscuits era would, get to hear one of the songs that got them into the band first of all.
I had a really good friend of mine, Susie, who was like she said, I got a lovely text message back in 06 when we did this. Just sort of saying, I'm in Thailand and I'm listening to Biscuits for breakfast, and it was like the first time I'd ever had the experience of someone somewhere else hearing it and being like, oh dude, I really connected with it.
Wow.
It was that kind of like when you've never done a record like this before and it goes out there, just like how freaked out we were in Melbourne when the chick who served us breakfast was like, oh yeah, I love Fink, yeah. It's mad how music can like travel, and this track and Pretty Little Thing totally we'd go to France and they'd know it, we'd go to Germany and we'd know it. We thought that was weird, but when you hit places like Copenhagen or Warsaw, and you kind of think, wow, people. It's like that gig we did in Poland where it was just me and you on the duo gig, and everyone knew all the words. We were like, who's bought the CD? And like one person put his hand, like the bootlegger in Krakow, put his hand up. Me, I downloaded it and gave it to everybody.
So this is the bit where we G up a gear. I like this bit. This is where I start showing off to all my Danish friends.
Love it, love it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's a nice vibe there.
I enjoyed playing this the other day in Bath, and halfway through it, I very artfully dropped my stick doing this bit. Played the rest of it like the drum from Def Leppard. Nice.
That was great. Yeah, Copenhagen. It was cold, wasn't it? But you know, we got that big like newspaper thing. Remember that big page and that
was
really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, that was one gig that for me and T, we both had lots and lots of people there to hang out with.
Yeah,
that we've known for years. So
Messy night.
For home electrical cover you can rely on, call the British Gas team. We've reduced our prices by 16%, so for unwanted surprises like a damaged dimmer or a fuse board on the fritz, you can count on us to come to your rescue. Call 0800 975 0999 or visit britishgas.co.uk. New customers only, conditions apply.
So here we go, this is Union Chapel.
New album.
Yeah.
My awesome stage presence. New album. Perfect Darkness.
So we got
That's a great bass sound, man. It sounds. So, I mean, when we recorded this in the studio, I really do remember that moment in LA, like looking through the control room, and you'd been ruling at table tennis brutally and relentlessly, like a Stalin, like crushing everyone in view, and I was beginning to think, oh yeah, guys, just you know, he's just getting high and playing ping pong, but then you go in the room and you drop this in like one take, you know, 2 takes.
Yeah. But you know, those chordals on the bass, they just come very naturally to me. I actually, this tune came about by me and all of us in a long day of banging our heads together, trying to come up with some stuff and playing just relentless fun. We just went into this chord structure, which just came completely out of the blue.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Ben, hats off to you, just took that chord structure and made it into this fucking wicked tune that I love playing. This for me is one that is like one of my favourites to play on stage. Never get bored of playing this one for a second. Yeah. It's all just so smooth.
Yeah, I think this was like the first one that was like the most nearly there from all of the early sketches we did. I think this was there was one other we did which had beats and stuff, which became Yesterday.
Yeah.
This one was like the first one where we had the beat, we had a wicked bass line, and it just needed a song that wasn't like a cliche on it.
This was the one that you recorded the bass line, you looped the bass line, and Guy and I were listening to it in completely the wrong way. Like we started at the totally different point. We were like, well, it starts with that bit, doesn't it? And you were like, you're both insane.
That's when it was called Guy's Amazing Steez.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Which I think it should still be called, if I'm honest.
But this was a really, I remember this was a really lovely song to play at Union Chapel because it suited the bigness of the room, the height of the ceiling.
True.
Dude, Union Chapel,
That was such a
what
good
a
light.
beautiful venue, man, and just like, yeah, I've seen a load of bands there. Have you seen anyone there?
Yeah, I have actually. I saw
saw
Janice Ian there, believe it or not.
Right.
Arab Strap as
I
well.
saw Terry Callier there, and
Yeah,
I've seen Ray LaMontagne on TV there. Beck did it.
right.
I think that venue on that tour though really suited the actual show that we had with all the lights and everything, and the smoky stage. I mean, that was another one where our lighting guy was, you know, expecting to pick up a smoke machine when he arrived, and then spent up until half an hour after sound check going, "It It'll be coming any minute. Thank God it did it. I really think it suited the smoky, dark, and bright, simple lights of that show.
He's got a light technique which involves him kind of heating up some sort of chemical. I think it's probably tungsten when he does tungsten lights.
Yeah.
And I remember distinctly at this venue constantly thinking that someone was cooking beef casserole. And I said to Artie, is someone cooking beef casserole? And he's like, no, it's my lights. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So I spent the whole gig hungry because of that thing.
I do remember at Coco, at this stage of the Perfect Darkness tour, we'd done Ireland and Scotland, and we'd done this random hippie festival, and it definitely was the one that was like London, big London show, BLS. We've got to be. Well, no, we don't have to be anything. We just got to show up and play. But we want it to be awesome. We really did. We were really kind of like it's a church that makes it tricky, and the sound on a church sometimes a bit tricky, and
it was the last one of the UK run.
Yeah,
that had been quite long, and
ferries and
it had been a bit brutal, and that was the night we were actually getting on the bus and going off on this epic 7 weeks from there tour around half of Europe. So that night was really heavy in a lot of ways.
Saying goodbye to Charlene Soraya, who'd supported us.
She was amazing,
and it was
saying hello to Rachel Simoni as well.
Honestly, it was actually a bit emotional saying goodbye to Charlene.
It was definitely.
And we'd only actually done 10 or 12 gigs together, which reflects the fact that she's actually a really dope person to be on tour with.
Yeah, she was wicked, and like, it's a shame that we're not. It's a shame we had to change. But then when we said goodbye to Rachel, it was so sad as well. It's like Charlene got the rough end of the stick. She got the UK, Ireland, and Scotland, and Rachel got all the glamour of like Amsterdam, Paris, and Barcelona. But seriously, man, Charlene and Rachel, man, they were just awesome supporters.
They were, yeah.
Charlene was great because it was this voice that's just going to blow your mind, and Rachel was Rachel. She did gigs under such extreme circumstances.
Never
cold,
so much.
Hideous cold at the end. Do you remember? And she still managed to pull off.
Everyone kind of did.
About the last 4 or 5 gigs, she was hideously ill, though, man. I mean, we may have had that lingering feeling that something was coming, but she was genuinely flawed, and she still managed to scrape herself out of her bunk and onto stage.
Do you remember there's that one gig she did in her pyjamas?
Yeah, she did. She didn't even notice.
I just come off stage and realised I'm in my pyjamas. Oh no!
That was hilarious.
But if you think about it though, this night when we played this track, Rachel was actually arriving in
she was.
So she had the pressure of knowing that we'd just done like 12 gigs with the awesomely amazing Charlene Soraya, who when she left us would have soon got over the misery of leaving that tour.
I think a gold single kind of helped her get over it.
She was playing Union Chapel headlining herself about, 3 weeks later off the back of that Twining single. Fucking amazing. She's awesome. But hats off to Rachel and Gareth when the second they arrived. They must have just felt like, we're walking into somebody else's epic tour. How the hell is this going to work? And they can't hide off in their hotel room after, if they find it a bit stressful and weird. The
hotel room is above roll.
The hotel room is
They did it. They seriously did it.
And they didn't even have one single day off for the first 5-6 weeks of it, I think. Every time we had a day off, Gareth and Rachel flew back to the UK and did a gig somewhere, and then shot back out.
My favourite Rachel thing is when we arrived in Warsaw after the bus breaking down, and the 3 of us and our sound engineer and Rachel came with us. And so Rachel, after that kind of mad day and sleeping in a venue, just showed up on stage in front of a bunch of people she'd never seen before, obviously, and did this amazing show, and said something along the lines of, just before I came on stage, the pizzas arrived, so I hope you realise what a sacrifice I've made coming on stage.
Good pizza. Good pizza.
Yeah, totally. This is
We're coming up to the moment. We're coming up to the...
Yeah, we should.
Does the loop pedal work?
So I'm particularly proud of this, because for the first half of the tour, I couldn't use my loop pedal properly. I kept turning it off when I should have been turning it on and mis-looping it. But but now I can use it properly. So hooray for me.
Well, there were a few moments where you were still on the learning curve.
Thank you.
What was the first gig where you missed the pedal? What was the first? There
was one in Utrecht. We played Utrecht.
Tivoli there?
Tivoli.
Yeah.
And that was the one where I was resetting it, and we were just waiting. Everyone was waiting because we'd already started it, and all you could hear was Finn doing his little
wiggling away.
And our guy was going doodle 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 doodle, and I was kind of keeping time while I was frantically trying to reset my pedal. And you actually said over the mic, Timmy, do you think anyone's noticed it's gone wrong?
Well, some gigs the sound was so bad on stage that we couldn't actually tell whether it had worked or not by the end. It was just like, it's just a sonic mulch.
But the thing is, when a loop pedal goes wrong, it's so spectacularly wrong.
Yeah,
it's an unfortunate. We're actually going to have to restart this.
And as the drummer, you can't do anything about it because you're drumming at the same time.
All limbs accounted for.
It's funny watching the facial expression. I'm sorry, Miss T.
I'm sure.
Now that he's got it together, don't feel like I can really hurt his feelings too much by saying some of the facial expressions are momentous. As a bass player, I'm always looking at you and checking you out, and when the loop pedal's gone wrong, I feel for you, dude. I really do.
But when it goes right as well, like we played this song in the first gig. Basically, the last time it went wrong was in Osnabrück in Germany, and the next gig was Frankfurt, and I was so delighted.
Oh, that was great.
I was so delighted
that was a great moment.
that I completely lost the plot during Blueberry and did so many drum fills. I'm surprised I didn't get sacked.
Because that was Batch Cap, right?
Batch Cap.
The Frankfurt ending.
Which now Blueberry has a Frankfurt ending.
That's true. It does. It really does.
Yeah, we haven't got any Frankfurt. That was an awesome gig, Batch Cap.
Yeah, Batch Cap was cracking.
Sadly, no recordings from there.
But I think we're playing there again, right? It looks like. It looks like it. I think so.
I think we are without seats.
Oh, the kids, mate. The kids. Yeah, Batch Cap was great. Rob Alicious got a fleece off the venue that said Batch Cap on it, and he was like, yes. Yeah. All the best tech roadies have one of these.
He loved it. Yeah. I seem to remember the crew there were absolutely amazing. So they're old school guys that really knew what they were doing.
This gig though, Amsterdam.
No.
Oh shit, wrong track. Still on Fear.
Yeah. Still on Fear, yeah. Amsterdam's next.
No, that's heavy, man. That moment is a moment where you're just afraid it's not going to work, but it always just sinks in real nice.
I love it.